warm welcome to Adrian Gautrey. How you doing?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, I'm just coming through. Brilliant.
Oh, good.
Okay, so in the studio we have got Tom from Holland, a keyboards player. We'll get to talk to Tom in a minute. We've also got Ben, the drummer, who is also Adrian. He is your whiz in the recording studio. Is that right?
Yeah, all things technical.
All things technical. So should we take you right back? You were born in Southport Hospital. What year was that then?
That's
How
right.
old are you, Adrian?
Oh, very rude question.
Are you prepared to say your age?
1989 I was born.
Okay, so that makes you rough.
26.
26. Your hair, I mean, sorry to go on about
It's
that.
hiding away.
Hiding away, it's there. But it's a bit shorter than it used to be, is it? I don't know, or maybe not.
Yeah, it's just hidden away.
Hidden away, you got it in a ponytail.
It's raining.
What about your early life? It's absolutely... Did you find the studio okay, roughly?
We got here.
You come in a van?
We came in the van,
Came in a van, brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic to meet you, and it's absolutely fantastic to have you on the show.
Thank you.
How long did you live in Southport? Did you live in Southport as a child?
I've never actually lived in Southport.
Oh,
I
that's
was born in
disappointing.
Southport. And,
Born in Southport and left as soon as you
lived
could.
in Tarleton.
You lived in Tarleton, that's not too far.
So it's only
away.
around the corner.
So where did you go to school?
Yeah.
Tarleton High School?
That's right, yeah. So,
What about, how did you get into music? What were your early influences vis-a-vis the guitar? Because before we go any further, I have got to say, I love your music because your music, which you do lots of covers, don't you, of Hendrix? And I was listening to your Little Wing thing yesterday on, I don't know, YouTube, is it? There's lots of stuff, your stuff on YouTube. The website is adriangautreyBand.co.uk. We'll get to that later. But those covers that you do of Led Zeppelin, I mean, that is the music of my youth. And I am very much a rock and blues guy. And as I was telling you before, I actually went to the Isle of Wight Festival in '70 and saw Hendrix literally about 18 days up before he died and choked on his own vomit, of course, sadly, in London. But, okay, so let's go back to your childhood. Were you a good boy at school?
Well, my only
Didn't get expelled or anything?
Didn't get expelled. Although my only interest was playing music. You know, I would just take a guitar and just play all the time, you know.
How old were you when you got your first guitar?
Guitar would have been about, probably say 10 or 11.
Right.
But before
Acoustic?
that, well, yeah, the very first one was I think it had 2 strings on it, and it was like a Spanish guitar that I found in my nana's attic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And little did I realise that, you know, I was playing everything on 1 string, trying to work out the melodies. So when I got one with 6 strings on, it was much easier.
Did you have a good music teacher at Tarleton High School? Or,
no, I never did any music lessons, really.
Did you form a band when you were at school?
I always tried, but nobody else was into the stuff I was into.
Right.
Because I've always had a lot of, you know, older 60s and 70s influences, you know.
Yeah.
And talking 15-year-olds into playing that isn't always that easy. But, you know, so I've always had bands of some description, but in the long run, it's always been me and I've cherry-picked my favourite musicians to join me, you know, along the way.
So you left school at 16 or?
That's right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what did you do then? Did you get a job or?
No, I went to, Salford University.
Right.
Which is where I met this fella.
Right.
We
met Ben, the drummer.
That's right, Ben Gonzalez, yeah. We were studying music technology there.
Ben Gonzalez, is that a Spanish name?
Yeah. My dad's from South America.
Your dad's from South America? Venezuela. It's amazing. Yeah, we better get these 2 other guys, shall we, round a microphone. We're struggling a bit over 2 microphones. We've got a keyboard. We've got your electric guitar, is it?
That's right, yeah.
Adrian. So it's all happening. So you're a friend of Paul Capper's, I believe.
Yeah, Paul's he actually a big influence on me when I used to go to the Cavern pub on a Saturday afternoon, which he's done that slot. He still does it, and
for 10 years, years.
And I would have been about maybe 13, 14 or something. And I used to just go there and watch in awe of this guy, you know, and steal every trick he had. And
he is brilliant.
And now I actually get to play with him. So that is
pretty
all,
cool.
Yeah. You know.
I saw him live at Burker's a few weeks ago, doing a charity thing, and it was just awesome. So there we go. So, what covers do you do? You do ZZ Top, Free, Led Zeppelin, Hendrix, Queen, and also you do your own stuff. Now you've got your own album out, haven't you?
Yeah.
And, you were performing, I mean, you do a lot of gigs, so you're busy. You must be very rich.
Oh no, it disappears. It disappears very quickly. Usually on old pieces of wood with Fender or Gibson written on them.
How many guitars have you got, Adrian?
I must say.
A rough estimate.
It must be over 20.
Over 20, and you live in Manchester now, but you perform all over the Northwest.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, I've got some quotes here. One of the best rock guitarists in the Northwest. That's coming from the BJ's Blues Club. Yeah, is it Chorley at the Hot Pocket? Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, that'll be. Yeah,
that was a review of yours.
A good flag waver for blues.
Do you have a faithful following of people who love your rock music and so on?
Well, I'd like to think so. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's about working hard and keeping playing, and and giving people something to come and listen to. And I think live music has got so much potential to come back.
I'll tell you what. Now we'll play a track off your first album. Although, how many tracks have you got sorted for the next album? About 5.
Well, we're about 4 tracks deep so far.
Right.
But that'll obviously expand. But we've got more stuff written, but it's getting around to recording it all and getting the time.
Now, your first album was only just recently come out, yeah, called Live Your Life.
That's right, yeah.
And
it's available on iTunes actually now.
Is it?
Which is a nice step forward for me in technology.
Yeah. So it's on iTunes.
That's right.
Brilliant.
And on Amazon and all those types
Amazon.
Anything you can buy music on, if you search for it, it should be on there.
Yeah, and if people get in touch with your website, the adriangautrey.co.uk, you're also on Facebook and you're also on Twitter, aren't you?
That's right, all those things.
All those things. I mean, obviously people get in touch with you, they'll be able to get hold of your music. I'll tell you what, we'll sort out thinking about the first live track while we have a listen to a track from your first album, Live Your Life. Okay, this is called Making Your Own Way from the Adrian Gautrey Band. They are live in the studio very soon.
Lord, I know it's all a dream and what it seems. Lord, I know ain't got time to wait. I never saw it coming. You got me up and running so, yeah. Well, here we go again. Taking hold on my time, making my own way. Taking charge of my life, making my own way. Lord, I know it's hard to feel just what is real. But Lord, hesitate, taking hold on my time, making my own way, taking charge of my life, making my own way. Well, here we go again, see it's never gonna win, making my own way. Here I go again, on my own, making my own way. I know I'm waiting.
Good afternoon to each and every one of you out there in the wide and wonderful. It's 12 minutes to go before 3 p.m. We're right into the Adrian Gautrey section of the programme, and they are primed to play live. We've got, what have we got here? We've got electric guitar coming up, Adrian, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
And we've got drums with Ben, and Tom is on the keyboards. So we're just praying that the levels don't go into the danger zone. I'll try and keep them. And if I go like that, it perhaps just needs to to cool it. So what we're going to do here, we've got the Adrian Gautrey Band about to play live on the Sunday Express. What we're going to do, Adrian?
We're going to play a track off the first record called You Hold the Key.
Okay, and you're on time. Here we go. Here we go.
Baby, you're a cold heart, that's for sure. Why you gonna leave me when at your door? Can you hear me, darling? I'm coming back for more. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Can you hear me, baby? Knocking at your door. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Where you got to let me when you ran away? Sit upon your doorstep, Lord, forever and a day. Can't you hear me, darling? Come back for more. Can you hear me, baby? I'm knocking at your door. Yes, I am.
Oh yeah.
This is Mighty Radio.
Mighty Radio. Mighty Radio.
Adrian, that was just fabulous. It sounded so brilliant. Your voice. I don't know, where's that voice come from, Adrian? Have you had any coaching? Do you have any guitar lessons or any singing lessons?
I've never had any singing lessons, but there's a lot of guys on YouTube actually who do like video tutorials. You know?
Oh, right.
And you can learn. I think you can learn anything in life from YouTube.
I bought my grandson, who's 10 years old, an acoustic guitar, and he's a bit shy about having guitar lessons with someone, but I think the way ahead is perhaps either what you've just said or just out of a book maybe or something.
Yeah, well, I always think, you know, listen to Jimi Hendrix and work it out, you know.
Oh, he loves All Along the Watchtower. Okay, you're going to play live again in a minute. We're going to talk to Ben and Tom also very, very soon as well. They're not going to be left out. But back to you, Adrian. What about songwriting? Do you get inspired in the middle of the night, and do you suddenly get on a roll with songwriting?
Yeah, I think it comes in spells.
Spells. You get like a block sometimes.
Usually with me, there's about 5 or 6 that come in like a matter of days, maybe a week or something, and then nothing for 6 months.
Are your parents still alive? Are they musical? Did they influence you?
Very encouraging of me, and always been very supportive of what I do.
Right.
We always had an acoustic piano in the house growing up.
Yeah.
So I always had a little go on that from as far as I can remember. So I've always had some kind of musical foundation.
So where did they live? In the
Tarleton.
north? Oh, sorry, they still live in Tarleton. Yeah. Brilliant. Have you played any festivals? You should play Glastonbury, you?
Oh, it'd be nice to,
Nice to.
Well, maybe next year.
Jules Holland should have you on. Although somebody told me once, it might be wrong, that you have to pay to go on a Jules Holland to get.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Is that about right?
I don't know. I hope it's not true.
Okay, we think it might be. Yeah. Okay. So, what's this pedal steel? Tell me, as I'm complete. I don't know what is
pedal steel. If you've heard any country music, you'll have heard this whining.
Yes.
Painful sound of a pedal steel, which some people like, some people don't like. I think it's great, you know, and there's lots of different applications for it. Robert Randolph, who's a gospel pedal steel player, so he plays like, you know, real like churchy organ, the whole lot, but on a pedal steel, you know, so it doesn't have to be country music, but it's a very complicated instrument.
Yeah.
It's got 10 strings and knee levers and foot pedals, and it's not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah, I know the sound you mean, right. Where have you played in Southport? Tell me about your connection to Southport, because we are a
Southport, yeah. Well, I actually played in a duo, which we went under the name as Little Wing, with a chap called Paul Mullen, who, I know people in Southport would hopefully remember us.
Yeah.
We used to do a lot of gigs, you know.
The Volunteer and the Avenue you've played.
Yeah, in the past, what's the name of the Latin Lounge, we used to play in there.
Oh, right,
quite regularly. And I think we've actually got another gig in there. Towards the end of next month.
Okay. We'll talk about your gigs later, maybe, if you can't get it now. But okay, you're going to play another live track. What's this going to be?
This is going to be Set Me Free.
Set Me Free. And this is from the Live Your Life album.
That's
right.
Okay,
here we go.
Babe, you give your loving 9 through till 5. Leave me feeling proud of you. Then you give me nothing, no looking eyes. Now you know that you stand cute, Never wanna hold you down. Don't wanna smother you. Never wanna hold you back. Only want my love to be through. Babe, I give you presents, sweet diamond rings. Then you hang them back and refuse. Cruising out the city, spreading your wings. Leave me feeling far from you, Never wanna hold you down. Don't wanna spoil the view. Never wanna pull you
back. Only want my love to pull through. Well, I only wanna feel your love, baby. Baby, won't you set me free? Well, I only wanna feel your love, baby. Baby, won't you set me free? Never wanna hold you down, don't wanna spoil the view. Never wanna hold you back, only want my love to pull through. Well, I only wanna feel your love, baby. Baby, won't you set me free? Well, I only wanna feel your love, baby. Baby, won't you set me free? Yeah.
Good afternoon. You're listening to the Sunday Express radio programme between 1pm and 5pm for a Sunday afternoon. Mighty Southport. You've just been listening to more amazing live music right here on Mighty from the Adrian Gautrey Band. We're going to be talking to Tom and Ben, hopefully, now. So I don't know if you want to try and get around a microphone. But just to take time out, we are getting a lot of messages in here. Matt and Roger, Ian, and Michelle have all sent very positive messages here about the music you're hearing right here on Mighty. So, Adrian, are you near a microphone, Tom?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Can we hear you? Get right up against the microphone so we can hear you. Tom, tell me your life history in 2 minutes.
My life history in 2 minutes.
Yeah, you've got it. He's from Holland.
Yes, I was born in
A
Holland.
bit closer to the microphone if possible. Thank you.
I was born in Holland, but I live in Spain since almost 18, 19 years, I think.
Right. And so what are you doing in England on a wet Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, that's a good question. I met these guys in Switzerland.
You met them in Switzerland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Playing with another band.
Right. And
They were playing in another band.
I mean, it's absolutely fabulous to hear the drums and also the keyboards because, as I said to you off air, normally when guests come on the programme, they play acoustic guitar and it's just fabulous. I think it's the first time possibly in my I've ever had electric guitar and keyboards and drums all together. It's absolutely fabulous. So are you 26 years old as well?
Yeah.
Are you a good-looking lad? Are you spoken for? Have you got ladies lined up?
45, so
What?
I'm 45.
You're 45?
Yes, I am.
Good heavens, I just clean my glasses. You look about 25 to me, I tell
Thank
you.
you very much.
Amazing. So have you got children?
No.
No children?
No, sir.
What's the music scene in Holland like compared to England?
That's a good question. I've not been there for like...
No.
Well, I've
All
been
right,
there,
Spain
but not
then.
really lived in
Delete Holland. What about Spain?
No, but in Spain, it's quite a... It's a big music scene, but there's a lot of Spanish influence.
Yeah.
Like more flamenco, rock, and all that stuff.
Right.
But you can... There's rock bands too, and blues.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere you go, actually. But
So you're really much older than this guy, aren't you? Like the father figure in this group, are you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, actually,
How did you start playing the keyboards? Were you from an early age? Yeah.
yeah, pretty
Tom?
much. I think I was like 7, 8.
7,
I
8.
had a little keyboard, like a very old 70s keyboard.
Not that Rolf Harris one. Perhaps you shouldn't mention Rolf Harris. Don't mention Rolf Harris or Jimmy Savile. Yeah. So have you got a Dutch sounding surname? Tell us your surname in a
Ansink.
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 Ansink. Okay. I was hoping it might be really long and unpronounceable. I don't know. That's brilliant. So are you into Hendrix and Led Zeppelin and all the music from my
I
youth?
like a lot of music. It's not only rock. I like jazz and soul and blues
Yeah.
and everything.
So where are you staying? Are you staying with Adrian? You're staying with Ben. Right. Can we get Ben on? Can we whiz that microphone round to Ben? How you doing, Ben? Welcome to Mighty Southport, the drums. Okay, so we're going to ask you. You've got an interesting surname. Tell me that again. Gonzalez.
My dad hails from Venezuela.
Really?
He came over to England in the 70s. His granddad was a diplomat.
Right.
And met my mother in Liverpool, actually.
How did you meet Adrian?
University.
Was it
of
a dating site? No, nothing like that. No, okay, right. No. Do musicians still advertise? And I mean, like back in when I was 18, you get musicians like drummer wanted on a band or.
I suppose that happens, but
Music,
I
New
think
Musical
what
Express.
it is when you see someone else playing already in a band, you don't
You
really
can
need to
poach
do
them.
that audition process. You just go,
Oh, right.
he's good,
Right.
I'll have you. Which is what we did with Tom.
So, how did you start on the drums then, Ben? Did you, who are
I
you?
started quite late.
Quite late.
I was 13 when I
Right.
started playing. I did lessons for a year and then I got a drum kit. Fleetwood Mac was a big.
Mick Fleetwood.
Mick Fleetwood, yeah.
6'8", whatever, yeah.
Yeah, giant. I remember just watching him, just thinking, yeah, I'll have a go at that.
Right. And so who do you think's the best drummer there's ever been?
There's been a few.
Bonham, Baker?
I'm not really into Bonham and Baker, to be honest.
Okay.
I do like them. I
Yeah.
appreciate them. But Lee Van Helm
Oh yeah.
is a man. Steve Jordan, Vinnie Collier, they've been...
Who's Steve Jordan? I'm showing me
Steve
ignorance.
Jordan played with Clapton.
Oh, right.
People, John Mayer. He is the most grooviest drummer I've ever heard.
Really?
Second to Lee Van.
Right. Now, your full drum kit, do you want to describe it? How big is it? And all?
It's simple.
Simple.
You know, old school bass.
Old school
drum,
bass.
Tom, 4-tom snare. Crash ride.
Rocking the Gretsch.
Yeah.
So, lots of gigs. Where are you living at the moment, Ben?
I live in Cone, which is where I'm from.
Oh, that's where have you got your own recording studio?
Yes. It's,
Ah.
Exchange Street Studios.
Exchange Street Studios, Colne.
Where we made the first and starting the second one.
Starting the second album. That's brilliant. So, where is this? Is it like attached to a house or in a garage or?
It's part of a business centre. The Con Commercial Centre is called. It's
Oh, right.
at the bottom there.
Right.
It's near the town.
And busy? Are you busy with that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, getting a lot of work.
You're getting a lot of work.
Obviously,
Yeah.
started the second album. That's been.
Yeah. So what's the second album going to be called? Do we know yet?
I don't think we got that far.
Not that far.
into it, but I think the actual feel of it so far is well. I think it's going to be a good one.
Is it going to differ? How's it going to differ from the first album? It's presumably going to be rocky and bluesy because
I'd
that's
like
your
to
genre.
think there's a bit of soul influence in there as well, and
Right.
and I'd like to hope that the songwriting process is getting a little bit stronger as well. You know, because I've always played blues and stuff, played in pubs growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, blues is it's the same song in it every time, and I love it.
Is it?
I love it, but it's the same chords and that. So I've kind of tried to branch out a little bit, but keeping the characteristics of blues, but with some different chords.
So do Ben and Tom get involved in the songwriting process? Do they have input and?
Well, as far as their parts go,
Yeah.
I like to let them loose. Ben, obviously being the producer,
Yeah.
as much as
Right.
as anything, he's always a good reference point.
How many takes do you have? Are you a perfectionist, you lot? Are you perfectionists? Do you have lots of takes,
we
Ben?
like to get full takes, don't we?
Yeah.
Always.
Full takes, yeah, and more takes, the merrier, really, because you got lots to choose from. Like the guitar sounds totally different at different take, as well as drums and stuff. So it's about capturing the right one. So we take our time with it, really. We don't just do one and then go, oh, that'll do.
I'm reading a book about Frank Sinatra at the moment. I think his policy was don't always keep the first take, because that might always be the best, something like that. So his voice might go later. But I mean, this whole recording process quite interests me. I mean, do you record like the keyboards on its own, and then the drums on its own, and then overlay it, Ben? Is that how you do it?
We went for the multi-track.
Well, interestingly enough, though, the King Harvest off the...
which we're about to play, by the way.
This is a nice segue.
Next CD.
That was actually live. That was actually done. Tom was playing a bass synthesizer on his left hand.
Right.
So there's no bass guitar in this song, but if you listen to it, it sounds like the bass. And he was playing organ and bass, Ben on drums and myself on guitar. And we actually played that all in a room together, which was, I think, the only one on the album that was played. We only had one take of it. We didn't even do it.
Right, we're about to play this. What's this song about? King Harvest has surely come. You wrote this, Adrian?
No, this is a song by the band.
Oh, sorry. Sorry with you. Apologies. Yeah.
I think it was written.
Right.
Off. I think it was on. Was it on the Brown album? Yeah.
Right.
So, self-titled. Yeah. Well, the band for me is such an important influence, because they got that mix of everything. They got a bit of blues, bit of country, bit of soul, bit of rock. They got the whole melting pot of American history. So
when are we going to do your Joe Cocker impression, Adrian? Should we do it now, or should we delay it? Come to the gig. You've got to be in the mood, have you?
The moment's got to be right.
All right, let's go with this Adrian Gautrey band track from the first album. This is the one we've just been talking about, King Harvest, the band.
King Harvest is surely come. I work for the Union. She's so good to me, and I'm bound to come out on top, babe. That's where she said I should be. Well, I hear every word that my boss may say. He's the one who brings down my pay. Looks like this time I'm gonna get to stay. I'm a union man all the way. Smell of the leaves from magnolia trees in the meadow. King Harvest will surely come. A dry summer, and then came fall, which I depend on most of all. Hey, Rainmaker, can you hear the call? Please let those drops grow tall. Long enough I've been up on Skid Row, and it's plain to see I've got nothing to show. I'm just glad to pay those union dues. Just don't judge me by my shoes. Scarecrow in the yellow moon, pretty soon, carnival on the edge of town. King Harvest is surely come. Last year this time, it wasn't no joke. My whole barn went up in smoke. My horse Jethro, well, he went mad. And I can't ever remember things being that bad. Now here comes the man with the paper and a pen, telling us our hard times are about to end. And then if we don't get what we like, he said, man, that's when you gotta go on strike. Corn in the field, listen to the rise when the wind blows across the water. King Harvest is surely come.
local. Experimentation is the mother of invention. Expect the unexpected. Streffy on the radio. This is Mighty Southport Online. Your strong radio station, keeping it local and all about Southport. This is Mighty Radio.
It's after 3 p.m. right here on Mighty Southport. We've got the Adrian Gautrey Band in the studio, and they have been absolutely fabulous. But all good things have to come to an end, and they have to get back to Cologne for more recording for the second album. So we are very, very grateful, Adrian, for you guys making the effort to come all the way from Manchester. Seriously, it's absolutely fabulous. I've had some amazing, talented people on my show, but you were right up there, definitely right up there. So, there we go. So we got Tom on keyboards, just been talking to him, of course, living in Spain now, from the Netherlands. He looks about 15, but he's actually 45. He is. We've got, Ben who, hails from, well, his family come from Venezuela and all that kind of stuff. Just been talking about drumming and his drumming, favourite drummers and all that type of stuff. So it's almost time to say goodbye, Adrian, but you're going to leave us with one more live track.
Yep.
And I don't know if are you able to talk about gigs now, or should we talk about that afterwards?
We'll do that after.
We'll do that afterwards. Okay, so we need to know where you're playing and so on soon. So your last live track, Adrian, is going to be...
Yeah, we're going to play a song, the final one off this particular album. It's called Find Me.
Right, here we go.
I've been low, though I'm lazy, spending my time thinking of you. But you know, going crazy, girl, what you trying to do? Spend my time with holiday till you come through. Ditch my heart down the candlelight. Lots of men to do. I ain't low down lately. Spend my time thinking of you. But you know going crazy, girl, what you trying to do? Spend my time waiting for the day till you come through. Stretch my heart down the candlelight. What's a man to do? I ain't lost, I ain't lazy. I'm gonna build a home, I'm gonna build it for two. what you're trying to do.
Unbelievable. I tell you, the hairs on the back of that's unbelievable. Adrian, what are you doing with that half pint glass? You were doing the slide guitar. We'll put pictures up on Facebook later, by the way. Hopefully, recording of the special guest spot by Adrian and Ben and Tom will be going on YouTube soon as well. Hopefully. That's just amazing. Well, can you actually do slide guitar with anything, more or less, as long as it's metal or glass? Or
Well, ideally, an actual slide would I left it in the studio because we were there.
Oh, right.
And I looked in my case and it wasn't in my case, so I worked with the nearest thing to my hand.
That's brilliant.
There happens
That's
to be
absolutely brilliant. It's been so... Yeah. It's been wonderful meeting you three, and you're just wonderful people, and you're intelligent people, and you're great musicians. This is the Adrian Gautrey Band, Gautry. So, what's the origin of Gautry? Has that got foreign origins, or is it
Very good question.
English?
I couldn't tell you.
No, I couldn't tell you.
Maybe I
no.
should look it up and I can have a better answer, because there's a lot of people who ask me that, and I never have a good answer for it.
Now, you're going to tell me about where you're playing soon, and where you're
Exactly.
gigging, and all that kind of
Well, as I
stuff.
mentioned earlier, there was a chap called Paul Mullen who used to play with around Southport. People might remember us as Little Wing. And Paul moved to China, actually. And he's been teaching out there, and I've not seen Paul in...
So that was named after the Hendrix song.
That's right,
Little
exactly
Wing.
right. Yeah, that's what we named after.
So you could have called yourself Spanish Castle Magic or something.
called
Yeah.
ourselves
Yeah, okay,
Child.
sorry.
Yeah.
Foxy Lady.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. So where are you gigging?
So with Paul, yeah, and I should mention as well before I talk about the gigs, Paul actually co-wrote some of the songs on the first record,
Right.
which is quite nice because me and Paul worked together a bit, and we
Yeah.
wrote a lot together when we were playing, and yeah, and he actually put some of the lyrics
Right.
to some of those songs. So that,
Okay.
should always mention
Yes.
credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
The 26th of August and the 28th of August were actually in Southport with me and Paul Mullen as this guy. So the 26th of August is in the Latin Lounge,
Right.
which is on Post Office Avenue,
Yep.
if you're familiar with that one.
Yep.
And the 28th is in actually a little restaurant of a friend of ours called Fuego's,
Right.
which is a lovely Mexican restaurant. It's always a pleasure to play at, and we played there for
Where's that? Which?
years and years and years. It's what's the name of the street? It's opposite the Fox and Goose, basically.
Oh, right.
That way.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Near the Ship and Anchor.
Yeah, on the parallel. If you stay on
Yeah.
that street
Yeah.
and keep going,
Right.
it crosses that main.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't really know myself, but
Right.
geography better than this, but I don't.
Right.
Yeah, so those are the two gigs we got with Paul, which will be nice, and one a bit sooner as well, the 22nd of July. That's in the Latin Lounge as well, and it'll be nice to play with him again.
Yeah.
And,
Are you any plans to play with Paul Capper again?
Yeah. I get phone calls off Paul sometimes saying, "Oh, you're free tonight?" And unfortunately, because I'm busy, I was like, "Oh, I'd love to come and play again." But so whenever I'm available, I'm there. You know, that's the deal with me and Paul. Yeah.
And to get hold of your first album, Live Your Life,
That's right.
you go on iTunes, like you said before,
just type
Amazon.
in Adrian Gautrey on iTunes, and you can find the albums on there, and you can find, I'm sure it's about a $5 or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not a lot of money to part
No,
with.
yeah. And AdrianGautreyBand.co.uk is a kind of website, yeah?
Yeah, mainly nowadays we're using the Facebook and the Twitter and all that. That seems to be what people are interested in. That seems to be,
More exposure.
I don't know, the way things go. It'll all change, I'm sure.
Can you play Postman Pat on that electric guitar, by the way? Because this is a thing. What do my guests play? Postman Pat. Here we go. Possibly. Here we go. I noticed no drums on this track. Oh yeah, there is drums. Any keyboards? Can we get any keyboards going on Postman Pat? Here we go. will be their next single, I think. I wish I'd never asked now. I'm only messing. Oh, gosh. That could be your next. That's got to be on the new record. I think with a few vocals.
Yeah, Postman Pat, Rosie and Jim.
You play all them, do you?
All the important songs, you know. We've got a bit of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Go on then. Hey up. Thomas the Tank. There's no stopping them. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Adrian.
That's what you get.
Thank you.
Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's your tam. Can you play your tam? No. You can play virtually anything, I guess. I don't know.
I'll have a good go anyway.
It's brilliant. Oh, ayo. There we go. You keep going. You got to, yeah.
Come on, Tom.
Go on, Tom.
With the human jukebox.
Tom's on Jatam. He's all over Jatam. Oh, sorry. Live radio here from Southport, England. Do you want me to do the heavy... No, perhaps not. Listen, it's been fabulous meeting you. We're shaking hands now. We're going to try and shake hands here. We just missed the slide. Thank you so much to Tom and to Ben. It's been absolutely brilliant meeting you. And hopefully we'll keep in touch. I am on another radio station. I didn't really mention that, but I'm on another radio station. You might have been sure.